A grisly road accident at Awasi in Kisumu County involving a passenger bus and trailer has claimed the lives of 13 people, and scores others have been seriously injured. And the accident is said to have occurred at around 11:30 p.m. The bus belonging to ELDORET Express was going to Nairobi while the truck was heading towards Kisumu town. Police have said that the driver of the bus was trying to overtake a tractor ferrying sugarcane when the vehicle crashed into the oncoming trailer. Not the first time we've had an accident caused by this. Most of the injured have been rushed to Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital. And right now we can speak to our correspondent who has been on this beat since the early hours of today. Oko Kusa, if you could first start with a confirmation of what we know at this moment and where you are.
Yes, Mark, what we know at this moment is that 13 people lost their lives in this grisly accident. As we mentioned there, we are made to understand 4 of them were male adults, another, not 4, but 3. 3 were male adults, and another 3 were, not really 3, by the way, let me just correct that. 6 were male adults and 6 were female adults, and then there was also a child. We are also made to understand that both the drivers, that is the driver of the vehicle, of the bus and the trailer, also perished on the spot when this particular accident happened at a place known as Pala, which is 3 kilometers away from Awasi. Remember, from Awasi to Kisumu is 42 kilometers. And where I am now is at the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital, where 14 victims of this particular accident were rushed to, and they're currently receiving treatment behind me there at the casualty section. Remember, this particular accident also happened at a time when some of the health workers who are on a go-slow here in Kisumu County, only a handful of them have so far resumed duties. So there's been some kind of crisis even at Ahero sub-county hospital, where some of the victims were first rushed and couldn't get assistance from that particular hospital. We've just spoken with a survivor here who narrated to us how they attempted to get help from a number of health facilities in that particular area, including some private hospitals, but they couldn't be treated because of lack of sufficient personnel, and therefore they had to be rushed here at Jaramogi Oginga Teaching and Referral Hospital, where they are currently receiving treatment. Most of these people are got injured mostly on the head. They have head injuries, and some of them actually are not even speaking, as we've just realized. A policeman at the scene disclosed to us that 4 people were seriously injured as they were trying to rescue them from the wreckage. Again, we also maybe like to bring to the attention of our viewers that this particular accident happened last night at around 11:30 p.m. The bus had just left Kisumu at around 10:30. Remember, it's originated from Bondo. That is where most of the passengers who were in that ill-fated bus had boarded it. That is in Bondo, in Siaya County. And when they got to Kisumu, it took another 1 or so hours before they departed. We are talking of about 36 passengers in the bus at the time of the accident. This is a bus which has a capacity of 41 or 42 thereabouts. And according to the conductor who survived the accident, we've just spoken with him in here. He says that at the time of the accident, they had 36 passengers on board. And as you've also mentioned there in the intro, is that the driver of the bus was in the process of attacking a tractor which was ferrying cane, and then it rammed into the oncoming trailer which was traveling on the opposite direction. That is somewhere around Awasi, 3 kilometers away from Awali, at a place known as Pala. So that is what has happened. A lot of people have gotten serious injuries. There were children in the bus, but only one, as we have made to understand, according to the Nyanza Regional Police Commandant Victor Makoha, is that only one child perished in this particular accident so far. So there are a lot of people still fighting for their lives in there. Of course, the medics, quite a handful of them we've just seen. As I've mentioned there has been some go-slow on health workers, among health workers here in Kisumu, and only a handful of them have so far resumed duties. Mark.
Oko Kusa, you've mentioned something there that has not been the first time that has happened, and any confirmations from the scene. I'm not too sure if you've been able to get to the particular scene of the accident. As you've said, it's Pala, about 3 kilometers from Awasi Trading Center. But just to confirm that indeed the tractor was involved in this particular accident. It's not the first time we're hearing about this.
Well, I was at the scene actually. We've been there since 1 a.m. We've just come to the hospital at around 5 to find out what's happening with the survivors. And we witnessed there the wreckages being towed away. And of course, as you mentioned there again, the issue of cane tractors operating on these roads is something that has been of a great concern. They have actually been mentioned to cause quite a number of accidents. Remember, these cane tractors, some of them actually don't even have sufficient lighting or reflectors on them, and therefore they pose great danger to motorists plying these routes. And of course, this is not the first time such an accident has been caused or has happened in regards to the cane tractors that ply these routes. So as we also made to understand is that according to one of the survivors here, a woman we've just spoken with, says that that particular cane tractor, which of course ended up causing this particular accident, did not have sufficient light, and the driver only realized when it was too late that he was going to ram into it, and that is why he swerved or tried to overtake it, and in the process was involved in that head-on collision with the oncoming trailer. So that is a concern. Actually, there's been a lot of suggestions, people trying to say that the cane transportation should be restricted only to daytime, and this particular transport vehicles should be banned from operating during the night because of lack of sufficient lighting and reflectors, and that of course translates into the dangers or the risks that they pose to other motorists on the road. Mark.
Kokusta, thank you very much for this update. This is, of course, breaking news as of, earlier on today. And this is just details that we're getting as it develops. And yes, we'll be looking forward to more information and confirmations from where you are at the hospital facility as treatment continues. As he's mentioned there, of course, the other challenge of similar seeming go-slow, given the issues that have been in the Kisumu County with the health workers who have been fighting for their rights. But the patients or the injured from this particular incident and the accident that occurred at 11:30 are getting treatment. And as he mentioned, 4 who were seriously injured. And as you can expect, this involving an ELDORET Express bus. There are many more who have also been injured, and will be getting reports and the confirmations on the ground as the issue develops. And also, just to get to the bottom of that issue of the cane tractors that were actually banned from the roads after nightfall because of what they cause, especially on the roads at night. And this would be very unfortunate if this is the case. Unfortunate in any case, the loss of any life for whatever reason. But this, if it would have been avoided, is definitely a sad occurrence. We'll be getting an update on this from Oko Kusa as we continue with the conversation. That is